leading this?
So now, let me say good morning to all your listeners, and let me tell you this. I am Lantey Vanderpuye. I won't change. I will do what I always believe is right for my people and to the glory of the God I serve. I do things with a pure heart and in truth. I will not run away from the fact that I conspired with my party executives to poach a very good person, a very good politician, a very good material, Nii Yarboi Annan, from the MPP to the NDC. It's for a good reason. It's for the development of the NDC. He joined us. He has enriched the NDC. He has made the NDC much more stronger in Odododiodio than before. I will do so with everybody I think is a good material, is a good politician, has the people at heart, who is in any other party. Because I'm looking forward to the day when we go into elections in Odododiodio and no one will support any other party, but everybody will support the NDC. That is my vision. And I will do so irrespective of what some people think. The essence of a political party is always to preach the gospel of your party to people and draw them to your party. Why do we go out to campaign if we think that our numbers are enough to always win us elections? Why do we go out to convince people to join us? Why do we spend countless hours and time going around campaigning, convincing people to join us if we think that joining us is a crime? That somebody leaving his party to join your party is a crime? I'm proud that I poached somebody like Nii Yarboi Annan from the MPP to the NDC. And given the opportunity, I will poach every good person in MPP and bring him to NDC so that in Odododiodio, MPP will not have anybody that they can stand on.
The party in Odododiodio, the NDC party in Odododiodio, is a big party. In fact, there are many committed members I believe you worked with over the years. What made Nii Yarboi Annan so different and so unique that you had to go the extra mile of saying you poached him?
Sir, the NDC is big, is huge. But just as the sea, in spite of its largeness, do not stop other waters from entering it. The fact that the NDC is big and huge doesn't mean we should be content with the number of supporters we have. If you put every one person, if you convince anyone, whenever you convince anyone to join your party, that person is joining, possibly with a family, with friends. So, convincing people to join a political party is a sine qua non for the development and the progress of your party. And so, the fact that the NDC is big and huge and has so many people, it doesn't mean that we should be content with the numbers we have. We should work harder to break down the MPP in Odododiodio and to make the NDC stronger. Any good person in the MPP, we should be able to tell that person that your party is not a good party. It's not a party for you to follow. It's a party that do not think about the people. It's a party that always burdens the people, make the lives of the people worse. Join the NDC, which always thinks about development, which always thinks about the people, which care about the people. And I will do that all the time. I will do it all the time. And I don't care what somebody says. Because the essence of being in a political party is to win souls. The Christian community is big, is huge. But we have people out there always doing evangelism. The Muslim community is huge. But we have people always in the street preaching so that people will know Allah and join the Islamic faith. It's the same with political parties. I will spend my time every day going out to win more people from the MPP. And I've been doing that with my relationship. I've been doing that with my my actions, with my smile, my warmth, in spite of the fact that they've been so evil, in spite of the fact that they've done me a lot of evil things, I still think that there are people there who don't deserve to be in MPP, and we need to bring them to NDC. And I will do that all the time, because I want the NDC to be stronger, and I want the MPP to be weaker.
When you were bringing him in, was the intention always to ensure he succeeds? Were you bringing in a successor?
I on the 9th of December 2016, after the 2016 elections, we had our victory party at Whistleblower. I invited him, in spite of all the things he did to us, together with the MPP guys. They gave us a run for our money in 2016. They gave us hell. I invited him to our victory. He came. So I had a chat with him. And that day I told him that if he will leave the MPP and come to NDC, one day he will succeed me as the MP for Odododiodio. I told him I was prophetic in 2016. 2016. That day when I left Whistleblower, I was involved in an accident right in front of Ghana Cocoa Board. So that day never gets out of my memory. It was around 1 a.m. So from that day we've been talking, Senna. So in 2019, when he contested the MPP primaries, and there were a whole sort of trouble about it, and he was declared a loser, he wasn't happy. Together with his supporters, they were not happy. So I invited him, and then we sat in our office. My chairman, my now a member of the Council of Elders, he was then our constituency organizer. He's now a chief in Brigade, Aman from. He's called Honorable Emmanuel Poach. He used to be Kinka Assembly member. He used to be the organizer of the party. He's now a chief, so he's now a member of our Council of Elders. Our current woman organizer, who is now supporting another candidate. Our current secretary, who was then the deputy secretary. We invited him to our office. We talked to him, and he agreed to join the NDC. So we took steps to make him a member of the NDC. But for strategic reasons, which I will not want to say on radio, we kept his membership of the party secret, because we saw that the role he was playing in MPP, even though he has joined us, if he could keep it quiet, he could help us with a lot of intelligence and information as we prepare towards 2020 elections. And he did. Nii Yarboi Annan gave us a lot of intel that saved lives. The MPP would have killed more of us. The MPP would have maimed more of us. We couldn't have even done our campaign effectively as we did in 2020, but for the sort of information and intel that he provided us. And he provided us intel because he kept his membership of the NDC secret and continued to play a role in the MPP. I'm a politician. I'm a strategist. I'm an operational person. And I know how to get information, intelligence, and also to be able to go ahead of my opponent all the time. And that's what I did. So he formally, openly, publicly joined me in the campaign in November 2020. In fact, I was with him on several platforms. Prior to November, ask everybody in Odododiodio, he virtually sponsored all the activities of our women's swing from February 2020 to December 2020. He supported the youth wing. He supported the work we did at Cowley. That work we did where 5 of our people were shot. He supported. At any point in time, when there's an activity, he supported. Personally, between me and him, he gave the money through me and chairman for our campaign. He bought us t-shirts. And after that, after the elections, from 2021 up to today, every activity we are engaging in the constituency, If I give the highest, he will be the second highest. He has been supporting the party in the constituency. Everything. Sometimes when I'm traveling out, he will accompany the chairman to the funerals and the other ceremonies that we were invited. Up to today, I am so proud of myself. And I would defend the action I did. And I would defend my constituency executive for accepting Yarboi Annan into our party. And I didn't expect that it will come to today and people will say that by that single act of bringing somebody as good as Yarboi Annan, very charismatic, down to earth, good communication skills, resourceful, bringing such a person to the party, I am rather destroying the party.
And that's a suggestion that has been made, because if you look at the report of the committee, they are finding it difficult to believe that he came in at a time which will qualify him to contest the primaries.
I have said, and I said that before the committee, that even if Yarboi Annan joined the party yesterday, and he has what it takes to retain the seat for us, I will support him. And I think that at this point in time, and I'm happy, read the report. The committee itself made a recommendation that in this situation, well, the party must take a political decision and not a legal decision. So the committee did not wholly recommend that Mr. Yarboi Annan should not be allowed to contest. But look at the recommendation they made, that the party should take a political decision. And that's exactly what I've been saying. That if you are going to war and you have a general, an experienced general, who knows the enemy very well and who knows all the tactics of the enemy, you don't talk about when that man joined the army. You talk about what he can help you to do in order to overcome your enemy. I am a sports person. I'm a very good football administrator. Real Madrid has all the stars. Why are they still looking for Mbappe? Why are they still looking for Haaland? They should be content with the stars they have.
Ghana's gold. Radio gold.
Manchester City is still looking for players. If you see a good footballer anywhere, that can help you achieve the glory you are looking for, you poach him. And what is happening is a disincentive. Anybody sitting out there who is thinking about joining the NDC will ask himself, is that the way I'll be treated if I should move from my party and join the NDC? Is that the way I'll be treated? That I will make sacrifices, I will do everything, and when it gets to time that
Radio gold.
even let's take it for let's take things let's put all this aside. Let's say now, if he even joined the NDC after 2020, that means he's 3 years in the party. Am I lying?
No, you're not.
Let's compare that one to Ifutu constituency. Dr. K. Anan contested Afenyo Market in their primaries in September 2019 and lost. In 3 months' time, he became an NDC member. And in that situation, the NDC had already elected a parliamentary candidate. We stepped that parliamentary candidate down and made Dr. K. Annan our candidate for the 2020 elections. It was a political decision. Honorable Peter Lanchani Tobu was a serving police officer.
Radio gold.
He resigned from the police service. In 3 months' time, he was the NDC parliamentary candidate in Wa West. He couldn't have been an NDC member when he was a serving police officer. It was a political decision that was taken. Why not in Odododiodio? And me, I'm not even saying that make him unopposed. I'm saying let him go and face the delegates and convince the delegates. 2, All the people who said that they are more qualified than Yarboi, let them go and convince the delegates and tell the delegates that, look, we are more qualified to be your parliamentary candidate than Michael Yarboi Annan, because he is still an MPP member to our mind or to our thinking. You understand me? Let them go and convince the delegates. And say now, the reason why I'm saying all this is that in Odododiodio, it's the delegates, it's the grassroots who fight for the party. Not me, not the executive, not the regional executive, not the national executive. It's the people on the ground. They are the ones, in spite of the machetes, the guns, the bottles, the beatings, the intimidation, they are the ones who still go through and work for the party to win elections. So let them confidently choose somebody they admire, somebody that will inspire them, motivate them to go onto the field and work more. Don't cause disaffection. Don't cost or don't do anything that will let them feel they've been disrespected, disregarded. If you do that, they will not be committed. They will not have that spirit to get onto the field and work in the interest of the party in these coming elections. 2024 elections is going to be much more difficult than 2020. And in all situations, we need somebody with a strong shoulder, strong legs. Somebody who will inspire confidence that when he leads the people, they know that they have a reliable leader.
Now, if you read the General Secretary's statement carefully, he talks about the fact that this administration, of course, Mr. Johnson Asiedu Nketia is now chairman, Fifi Kwete, General Secretary, you have a new national organizer, that this particular administration has not used that exception that you're asking for. That even if he does not qualify for 4 years, they should allow him to contest. That they've not used that and they do not intend to do that.
Well, the fact that this administration has not used it before doesn't mean all the precedents that were set in the past were not in the interest of the NDC. I'm pleading with them. I respect them. I love them. And they all know. But I'm pleading with them that in the interest of the NDC and for us in Odododiodio to secure and retain the seat in 2024 and to increase the vote margin for John Dramani Mahama, they should reconsider their decision. And let all the three people go and face the delegates and let the delegates decide who they prefer as their candidate. So that together, all of us will support that person. Because all of us will need to work together with that person who will emerge in order to be successful. It shouldn't happen that part of the delegates, part of the grassroots will be unhappy with the person who has been chosen as a parliamentary candidate because they were denied the opportunity to have their person chosen. Let all the people face all the delegates and let the delegates happily choose who they deserve. Whoever they choose, then we can all go together to support that person to win the seat, to retain the seat, to make John Dramani Mahama the President of the Republic of Ghana so that our 24-hour economy will be manifested and Ghana will change. Manufacturing will boom. Industry will get up again. Agriculture will get up again. The youth will get jobs to do. That is what I'm dreaming about.
Well, it's interesting that you're still making this appeal because the party has already even issued notice of poll, set a date for the primaries, and the two people involved.
I think the notice of poll that was issued is against our rules because the constituent executive were not aware of it. The election committee of the constituency was not aware of it, and that is contrary to our rules and regulations. Our constitution says it is the constituency executive who conducts parliamentary primaries. And I think any act to take away that responsibility from the constituent executive will be very detrimental to the development of the party.
But I was coming to the people who are on the two people who are left. One of them is a secretary you work with. The other person was your colleague in Parliament.
Very ineffective as a secretary. And that's the reason why I'm not recommending. Yes.
Ineffective as a secretary?
Yes.
What do you mean when you say ineffective?
I won't vote for him.
You will not vouch for a secretary you work with?
No. As secretary, he did not perform to my satisfaction. Me, I speak the truth too. He's my stepbrother. Today, as I'm talking to you, he's my stepbrother. But the fact that somebody is my family, if the person is going to carry a load that will break his neck, I'll be the first person to stop him from carrying that load. Because when the neck gets broken, I'm the one who will be called to take him to the hospital. He is good, but for now, the battle ahead, he is not the one I will want to recommend for that battle. He's my brother. Our houses are just 50 meters apart. The mother is a rival to my auntie. My auntie who took over as my mother on the death of my mother. So he's my family. But the truth must be said. I don't have anything against him. He's my brother, he's my friend, he's my everything. But I think that he's not yet ripe for the position he's vouching for.
Even if he's not ripe, that's your opinion, though. The people might have a different opinion.
So let them go. Let them go and face the delegates and tell the delegates.
But I was coming to draw attention to the other person on your former colleague in Parliament. He's been a member of Parliament before. He knows what it takes to win elections.
He's my very good friend. But I can tell you point blank, the factors that led to us losing Amasaman does not encourage me to support him for a place like Odododiodio. I know what it takes to manage Odododiodio. It's not just about money. It's about leadership. Leadership. Effective, efficient leadership. It's about inspiration, inspiring the people. It's not about money. It's about inspiring the people. It's about motivating them, getting them to rise to occasion anytime. And that he wasn't able to do when he was MP in Amasaman. And I don't see him doing it in Odododiodio.
Oh, thus far, until yesterday, you restrained yourself from making any comment on whatever was happening on Odododiodio.
Yes.
Even when I've had personal conversations with you privately, you've still not said these things. Why have you decided to say these things at this time?
I've been very quiet. I've been very truthful. I've been very nonchalant in what was happening. I've decided not to talk. As a father, I wanted to be a father for the three of them, so that when the delegates have chosen them, I could lead them. I could lead all of them to the war front. But for the fact that they have told the committee that I am the one destroying the constituency, I should let the whole world know why I decided that Yarboi is the best for the constituency. Look, Senator, the Odododiodio we are talking today didn't just happen. The NDC did not just become strong in Odododiodio. It took effort. Senator, I've been involved in this as far back as 1992. Some of my comrades are dead and gone. As a young boy, I took up this from ward secretary in Kolewoko. First, acting as a secretary in the Eagle Party office, Eagle Club office, with the late Alaji Wire, registering people before we metamorphosed the Eagle Club into NDC. I acted as secretary at that time. I worked for the party. I'm a kidder, and I'm a very proud kidder. Today, my let me say, the one who led me to the process and everything. Henry Thompson, Uncle Brad Jr. is dead. It's in the fridge. He was the one. I was a small boy. I saw him as a senior brother. He was the one who led me through this. As a young boy, as a school boy, I led people to fight the insurgents on June 9th. We fought Eric Asari, Adabuga, Fuseni Bature, and the rest. We fought them with bottles and stones. The June 19th attempt. As a schoolboy, as a young PDC boy. So I fought for this party. Look, Odododiodio wasn't an NDC constituency. Take it today. And history. You can go into history. After Osagefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the UP tradition took over Odododiodio because of the work of some of our strong people, the Gashifimokwe, the late Atokwashi, and the rest. They changed the dynamics of the area and turned the place into a UP stronghold. So Odoy Sykes won the second Republican election as a member of parliament. He won again in the third Republic. And he was almost cruising to victory again in 1992, the fourth Republican elections, until the NPP boycotted the parliamentary elections. So in 1992, against all odds, we all agreed and made Ishmael Aite the MP. In 1996, I contested with Honorable Ishmael Aite, the late Atobeka, and Captain Yokai. It wasn't easy, and they didn't have it easy. As a young man, I was confident I was cruising to victory until executive orders ordered the annulment of the primaries. And Nii Yarboi Annan, our father, was made the parliamentary candidate. We all supported him to win the seat. In the year 2000, I made an attempt to contest Nii Yarboi Annan, and we were told to step back, that nobody should contest incumbent members of parliament. And then we lost the seat. I traveled to the UK for further studies. I was recalled for my studies by Professor Mills to come and join the reorganization committee. I joined, and we worked hard. Then, fortunately for me, I won the primaries in 2002. And that is when the action and the work in Odododiodio started. Me and the youth. I faced a lot of opposition because I wasn't the favorite of the constituency executive at that time. I faced opposition within my own camp. We worked hard to rebuild the party and to make the party attractive. Sena, I was sold to the opponent by my own party people, and I got arrested. I was put before court for 4 years. It was God who saved my life. In the course of that, I even lost my marriage. Lost my job. It was Bafo who gave me a job at Radio Gold, just to make me get something for fuel to manage and go round. We made Honorable Mankata our candidate. We all supported him. He won. Unfortunately, he passed after 6 months. We made Honorable Jordan Takikome against all that. We all came together and worked for Honorable Jordan Takikome. And I'm so happy. My brother led the party for 1.5 terms as an MP. It wasn't too distinct for me to contest him. But it's obvious that at that time, there was a need for me to contest. The people were calling on me to come. So I contested Honorable Jordan Takikome. We went for a contest, and the people chose me. Together with Honorable Jordan Takikome, we led the people to a resounding victory in 2012. I beat the MPP opponent with over 21,000.
Radio Gold.
Since then, we've struggled. I said I've served 3 terms. I think it's enough. Somebody more younger, vibrant, charismatic, she'll come and continue from wherever I've gotten with the party. Is it a crime? As a leader, I will not just sit down and let anybody lead. I must be sure that the person who is coming to lead is as efficient, is as strong, and as attractive as I am. Because the momentum we have built, if I'm not careful, it will dip. And when it deepens, the MPP will have an advantage. You need somebody as fearless as I am, as strong as I am, as charismatic as I am, with the power of oratory and communication skills to be able to convince the people. And you need somebody who is resourceful. My brother, it's not been easy managing Odododiodio for all these years. You need the resources. And if you don't have the sort of background to give you the resources, my brother, it will not be easy. As a father, I have children, but I'm looking at the battle amongst my children. Who is the most effective and efficient person to be able to overcome this battle? I'm not looking at relationship. I'm not looking at friendship. I'm looking at all my children, because I will not let my children who I think are not strong enough to lead the battle. What about if they are killed? I will want a child who has what it takes to be able to lead this battle. The battle 2024 is not going to be an easy battle. Just as I heard my sister say before I came on, the people are desperate. The people know what they have done. They are scared of their shadows tomorrow. And they will do everything they have to do to prevent us from coming to power. And so we don't take chances. We cannot take chances with rigidity, with laws. We have to take the chances with brave heart, consummate political decision making. The MPP are choosing candidates all over the country strategically. Do you know the candidate they've chosen in Odododiodio? They've chosen somebody from amongst us, from an NDC, from an NDC family, from an NDC house. Somebody who, until recently, was an NDC member. That's the person they've chosen. You think they just chose the person? Why would they dump Lantey and go for this boy? Because they know the game they are playing. Senna, I'm not doing this because it is Lantey. I'm doing this only because I want to serve the party and also serve the interests of the country. Since I'm doing this, I'm supporting Nii Yarboi Annan, not because Nii Yarboi Annan is anybody we have never seen before. But I'm supporting him because I see him today as the person who will make the battle of 2024 much more easier for us. I'm not saying that if we choose any of the rest, possibly we will lose. No. We can work. But the work will be harder, much more difficult than if we choose Nii Yarboi Annan. Nii Yarboi Annan will make the work much more easier because he is extremely popular within and outside the party. He is very popular even with people who have been on the sidelines, who have been on the background, who didn't want to. He is very popular with them. He comes from a very popular, strong party. And he's brought his supporters to join us. Apart from that, he's loved by the people on the street. The children are singing his name. Just like the way David came from war and everybody was singing his name. That is what is happening in Odododiodio now. Everybody is singing the name of Nii Yarboi Annan. I'm not saying Nyokalaye is not a good material. I'm not saying Ashikote is not good. But I'm saying that with the battle ahead of us, Nii Yarboi Annan is much more suitable and much more competent for the battle.
Honorable, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Senator.
Well, this is former member of parliament for Odododiodio. Oh, I'm even declaring you former. Sorry, Honorable. He's member of parliament for Odododiodio, Honorable Edwin Lantey Vanderpuye, and he's always a practical person to talk to on any issue on any day. Well, we have to do two things, then take a break. First,